Hey, what's good, gang? Time back in the video. Oh my god. Yeah. We got a Niners recap video. Saints versus Niners. 13-0. Niners catch the dub. But audience, before we get into that though, most of y'all are probably Niners fans. You're watching this. Subscribe to see more of my videos. I post basically weekly, just recapping the games, talking and giving my thoughts about the games. Like the video, comment to help the video get more views. Simple stuff. Let's pull this up though. Let me pull this up though and switch y'all over to this. Make sure it's still recording. Yep. All right, boys. All right. So 13, we won 13-0. We'll talk about the game, but the best part about today is the Raiders beat the Seahawks and the Cardinals got beat. Where's it at? The Cardinals got beat by the Chargers as well, and we beat the Chargers. Right, we still have to play the Raiders, but so the Cardinals lost and the Rams lost. The Rams weren't really in the playoff hunt, but now they're completely out of it. The Cardinals at this point are 4-8 as well, like 4-8. It's going to be a big climb for each of these teams. 3-8, like it's a big climb for each of these teams to try to even get in the playoffs. The Seahawks are our biggest threat, which is wild. I didn't think that at the time, especially start like. But hey, the Seahawks, and even going on to next year, the Broncos suck. So they got that first round draft pick from Russell Wilson. Um, yeah, like the Seahawks could be in a really good spot, especially if they resign Geno Smith and they get another good player. This team could be pretty decent. But honestly, we beat them last time. We play them. I think we play. We'll look at it in a second. But yeah, so they both lost. I think they're 6-6 now, and I think everybody's 3-9, 4-9, something like that. But yeah, let's talk about the Niners game, boys. This is the important one for us. Um, Honestly, defense is the only reason we won this goddamn game. We would have lost this shit if it wasn't for our defense. I'm just being 100% honest with you. Um, we held them scoreless, right? Big old goose egg for the Saints, which is awesome. We love it. As a Niner fan, obviously we love wins around here. But that's awesome from the defense. This is the fourth game in a row. I want to say fourth game in a row where the Niners haven't allowed points in the second half. The Saints were really close though. The Saints are super close. Um, so they had a drive where they started on our own 38 in the first half, and they ended up punting. Honestly, our team played so well. They just played so good. So then they drive. It's like I think it's in the fourth quarter as well. They get the Saints drive down. They're in our. It's like I don't know. They first and goal, second and goal, something like that. And Andy Dalton throws a dump off to Alvin Kamara. He catches it, he goes 1-on-1 with Dre Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw's holding up and like trying to push him away from the end zone. Hufanga just comes in and lights him up, and he fumbles. Fred Warner forced a fumble for our first points of the game. On the Saints' first drive, he punched out, forced a fumble against Alvin Kamara. Actually, so the defense played awesome. So they forced Alvin Kamara to fumble twice. They held him at the red zone, and then with the game kind of in line, like if the Saints don't get a score, the game's over, right? So they have a good play. It's like third and 5. They miss the throw. Deommodore Lenoir gets a holding call, and so it gives the Saints a first down. So now it's first and goal because it was like fourth and 6 or something like that, or it would have ended up being fourth and 6, but it was third and 6. You get and Fred Warner made an awesome play on the ball. He like dove and swatted it. Oh my god, dude, our defense was so awesome. But yeah, so they hold them again. It was awesome. Great defense. Nick Bosa, fourth and goal, comes screaming off the edge. He might have been offside. They didn't call it though. He comes screaming off the edge and sacks Andy Dalton. Awesome. But yeah, let's talk about the offense. This is the main thing. The main storyline about our offense is fucking injuries. Yep. What's new? Garoppolo got hit low on a roughing the passer call. They called it that. And he was kind of gimped up after that. Elijah Mitchell was out of the game with a knee injury. I pray to God he is okay. He didn't go to the locker room with anything. He was just sitting on the sideline. I pray he is okay. CMC came out and he had a thing on his knee. Jordan Mason actually though coming in, he played really well in place of both those guys. But yeah, Debo had a hamstring issue going into the game. So He came out a couple plays, but yeah, Spencer Buford got hurt and taken out of the game. Ah, big injuries, man. I hate injuries so freaking much, dude. I hope everybody's fine. Nothing seemed too crazy. Nobody had to get carted off the field or anything. But we'll just see. We'll have to wait, right? We'll probably find out later tonight or tomorrow morning any of the news about it. So yeah. But yeah, let's start talking about the whole team now. You know, Jimmy Garoppolo. We'll talk about him. Okay, game. Honestly, it's a step back from his previous three. Okay, wait, hold up. Okay, I just got a bunch of messages, so I assumed it was 49ers stuff. It was not 49ers stuff. Okay. So Jimmy Garoppolo it was bad compared to his other couple games, honestly. He missed a lot of freaking throws, dude. He almost threw a pick on an overthrow, but it got called back for defensive holding. And then he just kept missing guys. Like he had a couple throws where he just or he would throw it behind and they couldn't really do nothing. So it kind of sucked, but honestly, he missed a couple throws, but we won the game, right? The offense kind of made me mad because we only scored 13 points, and obviously the Saints didn't score zero, and we just didn't. You would expect if your defense holds a team to 0 points, you would expect to put up more than 13. But I know the Saints defense is really, really, really good. So, hey, and I liked how aggressive Shanahan was. He went for it on a fourth down. We got it. We get down there. It's fourth and goal. It's like on the one. I don't like the play call, but I like going for it because that's the thing with the Niners. They always struggle. They take three. They end up taking three way too much. Like against the Chiefs, like we had to settle for three and we couldn't get touchdowns. We're not keeping up with Patrick Mahomes scoring three. Luckily, our defense is the best in the league. I ain't gonna hold you. There's some good ones, but the Niners defense, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's some difficult. But yeah, honestly, Jimmy G didn't play too bad, but he did miss some throws. It was a worse game. It was a step back for Jimmy compared to his past couple games, right? Brandon Ayuk, I still think he's our number one receiver. I think he's so good. He's so good. And Jawan Jennings is a guy who had a really really good game. This man's route, Chris Harris, he made this man like fall, and then he went out of bounds and got not his stick, hit, and like so it was a unnecessary roughness or something. What was it called? I don't know. What is it called? I don't know. Late hit, I think. I don't even remember. But Jawan Jennings was routing up. He made Chris Harris miss on like a third and long. He made him miss on that play. And then he juked a guy out. And then he also had an awesome catch. Jimmy G was getting kind of like he couldn't step into his throw, so he threw it up to Jawan Jennings. Tyrann Mathieu tipped it, and Jawan Jennings caught it and tiptoed in the end zone. It was awesome. But yeah, honestly, George Kittle even looked nice on 3 catches he got. I wish he would have got the ball a little bit more. I want to see Kittle get the ball because Kittle's just so cool. He's just so fun to watch when he gets the ball. Talanoa Hufanga had an awesome game, like he always does. Fred Warner, this is honestly Fred's Warner, one of his better games I've watched him ever play. He was all around. He was getting tackles. He stripped a fumble. I know it was called back because of a penalty, but he dove and got a pass breakup. He got a couple other pass breakups. He was everywhere. He was everywhere. And then yeah, Nick Bosa got a sack. Honestly, that's the only sack we had. Our defense wasn't getting pressure. Drake Jackson blew up a play, if I remember right though. But yeah, honestly, like only thing like this game, our offense kind of struggled to score points. Luckily, it didn't come back to bite us. Like it gets a better offense, it probably will. But yeah, so we struggled to score points, and then we had a lot of injuries, and then we had a decent amount of penalties too. I I don't know. I don't know. We just had a lot of penalties. I don't not nothing crazy. Like it wasn't like the Bears game where we had I think the Bears game we had way more penalties, right? Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I was looking at. Okay, I'm getting ready to watch the Packers and Eagles game. Y'all probably see this. It might be up around the same time that starts. But yeah, boys, that's basically it for us. Let's start looking at the next couple weeks. So going into next week, we got the Dolphins, the Bucks, the Seahawks, Commanders, Raiders, and Cards. Honestly, I'm really paying attention to the Dolphins, Bucks, and Seahawks games because like Commanders are actually pretty solid. The Commanders are a good team. I think they're 7-5 right now, which is weird. And it's not because so that could be a good game too. But they're in the NFC as well, so I guess it kind of matters a little bit. But like the Raiders, I think they're knocked out of. Well, no, they just won against the Seahawks, which is huge for us, the as Niners fans, right? But I don't think they're making the playoffs. Cardinals, I don't think are making the playoffs. The Commanders could, but like you got to think like they also have the Giants in that division, who's doing really well. The Cowboys and the Eagles. So yeah, we'll see how those games go against them. I think I could see them losing a couple games. Is all I'm saying. So I would really pay attention to these three: the Dolphins, Bucks, and Seahawks. The Dolphins are like what 8-3 right now. We're 7-4. Josh McDaniels, Tua. This offense is going to be hell to stop. So it's going to be. I think it's going to be our more so who wins between our defense or our offense and their defense. I feel like our defense should be able to do some stuff, but Tyreek Hill is just so stressful to play. I ain't gonna lie. I hate. Yeah, Tyreek Hill just be doing some stupid stuff. Same with Jalen Waddle. So that game will be pretty crazy. The Bucks game, I have a lot. I think this could be a good game too. They did lose to who did they lose? The Bucks just lost to somebody today. The Browns. They just lost to the Browns. The Bucks are just a weird team. They're really good at certain times, and then sometimes they aren't. And then we got the Seahawks again, who we match up with. Who honestly they've been pretty good. So those three games, if I'm most excited against the Dolphins because I think the Dolphins are our best opponent left on our schedule. But the Bucks and Seahawks are also pretty good. The Commanders can be interesting too. Let's just see what they do. Because I feel like our defense could eat that their offensive alive. Honestly, the Commanders' defense is really good. But yeah, that's legit it for me, boys. Let me know what y'all think about this game and yeah, we play the Dolphins next. I know I just looked at that whole thing, but I already freaking forgot. But yeah, let's. What do you think we should do against the Dolphins? Um, Injuries. I hope it's nothing too serious. I'll keep an eye out. I don't know. Hopefully, it's nothing too crazy. But yeah, honestly, great dub by the Niners. Great defensive display on the field for us. That was awesome. Offense. They've been popping off the past 3 weeks. So this week it can happen. It's okay as long as they bring their best against. As long as they bounce back. I hope they bounce back and continue to do good. And hopefully everybody's healthy. Yeah, that's all I really got to say though for y'all. So yeah. Anyway, till next time, it's with that. Peace.